We want the suspect to know that the no snitch policy will never protect you in our community, that we're coming for you, we're looking for you, and we'll leave no stone unturned in trying to find out your whereabouts. But at the end of the day, we want this brother to know we will not rest until you're held accountable for this crime. And this was a wicked crime, and a crime against women, and a crime against humanity.
April 16th, 2022. The early morning hours in Houston, Texas. Most of the city is asleep, but Felicia Marie Johnson is wide awake and full of anticipation. The 24-year-old from San Diego has just arrived in Houston with two clear goals in mind: celebrate her birthday and explore job opportunities at adult nightclubs in the area.
First of all, take a flick. Come on, take a flick. Yeah, I got Bel Air and as a whole.
She's been keeping her family in the loop, sending updates, letting them know she's safe. Everything seems to be going according to plan. Felicia had connected with a man named Chukwuebuka Nwobodo through an online escort website. He's 28 years old, and they'd agreed to meet. The price? $500. He'd even arranged an Uber to pick her up from her hotel, which seemed thoughtful, professional even. The Uber arrives in those quiet pre-dawn hours. Felicia gets in, probably scrolling through her phone, maybe texting her family one more time. The driver takes her to the address Nwobodo provided. But when she arrives, she realizes it's his old address. No problem, he says. He'll come pick her up himself and take her to his new place on Richmond Avenue. So she gets into his car. They drive to his apartment. And then silence. Her phone stops sending messages. The texts her family expects never come. Calls go straight to voicemail. Hours pass. Then a full day. Then another. Her family's concern turns to panic. Something is very, very wrong. A missing person report is filed. Private searches begin. Her birthday celebration has become a nightmare that no family should ever experience. Before we go further into what investigators uncovered, let me ask you, have you ever had that gut feeling about meeting someone new? That instinct that something just wasn't right? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you're new here, subscribe to our channel because this case reveals evidence that's absolutely disturbing. What the investigation revealed would shock even the most experienced detectives. But the evidence tells a story that can't be ignored.
She came here, stayed for a minute, for a little while. She called the Uber. Uber was taking too long to really get here. So a gentleman here at the club offered to give her a ride to where she needed to go. Felicia has not been seen since. No cell phone activity, no credit card activity, no social media activity. She has absolutely just vanished off the face of the earth. The family was able to get the last ping of the location of where she was with the cell phone. That cell phone was found discarded on the side of the road at Bear Creek Park. On the side of the road right there at Bear Creek Park, and the phone was covered in blood. We believe that she is the victim of foul play. We believe that she's being held against her will. We believe that she, hopefully by God's grace, is still alive. But we want whoever's holding her to know that we will not rest. We will not stop looking. We will continue looking for her, and we will continue hunting you. No matter what takes place, we will continue hunting you, and we will not forget Felicia.
So the body of a missing San Diego woman may have been found. Felicia Johnson has been missing since April 2022, last seen in the Houston area.
So investigators are working to identify human remains found north of Houston. NBC7's Kelvin Henry joins us with the latest information.
Investigators at the Montgomery County Sheriff's Department say they are working to positively identify remains found this week near a wooded area in Houston. And now this comes right as the Johnson family is, of course, dealing with the potential loss of their loved one, and which they're still searching for.
She was a very loved person, very sweet, like an angel on earth, if you would ask me.
Those are words Kevin Johnson, who is the father of Felicia Johnson, shared during our interview in April 2022. Felicia Johnson was last seen on April 16th, celebrating her birthday in Houston. Chukwuebuka Nwobodo is charged with murder and tampering with evidence in the disappearance of Johnson. Investigators say Johnson left a hotel in someone's car in the morning of April 16th, and at some point, Nwobodo picked Johnson up near Southwest Houston. According to the arrest warrant, there is evidence that indicates Johnson was killed in Nwobodo's apartment before disposing her body. Houston police say the Johnson family hired a private investigator who found a bloody phone on the side of the road less than 10 miles from Nwobodo's apartment in Southwest Houston. Johnson's father's plea is still felt to this day.
Anybody that has a loved one that has ever gone missing, or just look at your loved one and think if they was missing, what would you do?
It is important to stress that those remains have not been positively identified, but it is offering some hope for some closure for the Johnson family. But for now, reporting in Kearney Mesa, Kelvin Henry, NBC7.
If you have any information regarding the disappearance of Felicia Johnson, investigators are urging you to reach out to the Houston Police Department or Crime Stoppers.
A father believes the remains of his daughter, who went missing nearly a year ago, may have been found.
And today, investigators tell us they were back out at a site in Montgomery County where remains were found earlier this week. Grace White joins us now with what she's learned. Grace?
Those remains in Montgomery County have still not officially been identified. The justice of the peace there told us tonight he was on scene Tuesday when skeletal remains were found, along with a trash bag that's now been collected as evidence.
Pieces of crime scene tape can still be seen not far from Katie Francis's house.
It's kind of creepy.
She lives at the edge of the Sam Houston National Forest.
Sometimes there's garbage bags where people dump stuff like that out, but oh gosh, it's probably been 30, 40 years since we heard of them finding anybody else up there.
But Tuesday afternoon, they may have found someone. From Drone 11, you can see the path off Highway 149 near Flamingo Lakes, where the Montgomery County Sheriff's Office says a TxDOT worker discovered human bone remains.
So, Grace, do we have any idea how long it will take to identify these remains that were found?
The justice of the peace told us tonight it could take some time, but they are working on this as fast as they can.
Human remains found in Montgomery County earlier this month have been confirmed as those of Felicia Johnson.
She's the 24-year-old San Diego woman who disappeared while visiting Houston in April of last year, and investigators are still looking for the man charged in her death.
Whenever they release her, then I will be able to have a service for her and pay her the respects that she needs.
Houston police have charged 28-year-old Chukwuebuka Nwobodo with her murder. He's on the run. His arrest warrant said they met on an escort website before she disappeared on April 16th.
Felicia's family lived in that horrible space between hope and despair, knowing deep down what had likely happened, but clinging to any possibility that she might still be alive. Then, in April 2023, a TxDOT worker was doing routine work in Sam Houston National Forest near Highway 149. What they found changed everything. Skeletal remains inside a trash bag. DNA testing would soon confirm the devastating truth. These are the remains of Felicia Marie Johnson. Houston police moved quickly to file charges against Chukwuebuka Nwobodo.
Police identified this man wanted in the murder of 24-year-old Felicia Johnson. The California woman disappeared while visiting Houston in April. Well, tonight, her father speaking out for the first time since learning his daughter was killed.
He spoke exclusively with Brittany Ford on their family's need for closure.
Felicia's father, Kevin, says the last few months have been a roller coaster of emotions. He says their family is standing strong and will not stop until they get justice for Felicia. A father's plea to the Houston community.
And it's been 2 weeks to just come forward and just say something. I can't put it into words.
Sparked extensive search efforts for Felicia Johnson in early April. Johnson went missing after taking a trip to Houston for her 24th birthday.
I felt like that could have killed me. Just to find out like that, what happened to her and the information.
Her father, Kevin, alongside Felicia's stepmother, Myra, speaking to us via Zoom from San Diego. trying to grasp a reality that doesn't feel real.
Very, very difficult for me as a father, know that I'm not going to see my daughter ever again and ever talk to her again.
This is the man police say is wanted for Felicia's murder, 28-year-old Chika Unwubadu. Court documents reveal Johnson had met Unwubadu online and later sent an Uber to her hotel in the medical center, where she was eventually taken to his South Richmond apartment. Investigators say they found DNA matching Felicia's at his apartment, and in his car, a gun, knife, and shovel. Details her father is still working to process.
I've been dealing with depression. I've been dealing with severe PTSD, anxiety, hypertension, high blood pressure, you name it.
The investigation would go on to find Unwubadu bought cleaning supplies and made internet searches, including how to be a serial killer. Court documents say Houston police pulled Unwubadu over in a traffic stop on May 13th, but he was later released. There are still questions into why police let him go. He's been on the run ever since.
It's been a nightmare, and he's probably killed again already.
Their family now on a journey for closure.
I can't sleep, and I can't stop until I have my daughter's found and this man found.
Brittany Ford, KHOU 11 News.
And we have reached out to the Houston Police Department for the latest in the investigation, but have yet to immediately hear anything back. We'll keep you updated both on air and online when and if we do at khou.com.
Murder, tampering with evidence. The case against him was built on a trail of damning evidence. Felicia's phone had been found in Bear Creek Pioneers Park with blood on it. Video footage showed Nwobado shortly after her disappearance with a bandaged hand. Purchase records revealed that he bought trash bags, towels, a flashlight, and mechanical saw from Walmart and Home Depot right after she vanished. Then there were his internet searches. How to get away with murder. Does bleach destroy DNA? How to delete history. These weren't casual queries. These were the searches of someone trying to cover up something horrific.
Newly released documents are revealing shocking and gruesome details about the murder and disappearance of 24-year-old Felicia Johnson. She vanished in April. Fox 26's Gabby Hart is live tonight with news that police say the suspect's Google search history is being used as evidence against him. Gabby.
Yeah, Tom, charging documents reveal that after Felicia Johnson's disappearance, the suspect Googled things like how to be a serial killer and how to get away with murder. Police also say that they found photos in his cell phone that showed the body of a dismembered woman along with other dead bodies.
New documents are providing insight into the circumstances surrounding the disappearance of 24-year-old Felicia Johnson. Johnson came to Houston from San Diego and attempted to get a job at a local strip club. We're now learning that she allegedly met 28-year-old Chukwuebuka Nwobodo. The pair agreed to meet for $500. The suspect sent an Uber for Johnson to the Intercontinental Hotel around 3 a.m. April 16th. That Uber took her to the suspect's old address on Windchase Boulevard. Police say the suspect picked her up from that location and took her to his new residence on Richmond Avenue. On Thursday, police saying they found evidence that leads them to believe she was murdered. That evidence revealed in these documents. On April 17th, the suspect purchased a saw, towels, large trash bags, and a trail flashlight. When officers searched his vehicle, they found a gun, latex gloves, a large kitchen knife, and a shovel. They also found Felicia's blood in his trunk and back seat, as well as blood stains throughout his apartment. After Felicia's disappearance, the suspect allegedly Googled things like what does bleach do to blood, how to be a serial killer, and how does one plan a murder without getting caught. On April 30th, nearly 2 weeks after Felicia's disappearance, the suspect's Google search revealed he was still looking for Houston escorts. The investigating detective saying, quote, "I believe Felicia is deceased and was likely dismembered." On May 13th, nearly 1 month after Johnson's disappearance, police arrested Nwobodo. At which point they went through his phone, where they say they found a photo of a dismembered woman and 3 other photos of dead bodies. We also learned that the suspect was previously investigated for attempted sexual assault. The victim chose not to press charges.
Now, right now, it's not clear why the suspect was arrested and then released from custody. We do know, though, that tonight that suspect is on the run, wanted on charges of murder and tampering with evidence. Felicia Johnson's body still hasn't been recovered.
When investigators searched his car and apartment, they found Felicia's blood and DNA. They recovered a gun, a knife, a shovel, and latex gloves. Perhaps most disturbing of all, a phone seized from him allegedly contained photographs of dismembered remains. But here's the problem. Despite all of this evidence, despite the charges filed against him, Chukwubuka is on the run. Police have issued public appeals. Activists have joined the call for information. An arrest warrant remains active. While he walks free somewhere, Felicia's family can't even begin to fully grieve. Felicia Marie Johnson was just 24 years old. She was careful enough to stay in contact with her family. She was someone's daughter, someone's friend, someone who mattered. She came to Houston to celebrate her birthday and look for work. She deserved to go home safely. Instead, her life was violently taken from her. This case forces us to confront an uncomfortable truth. Sex workers face disproportionate levels of violence, and that violence often goes unreported because of stigma and judgment.
Disturbing details are continuing to emerge regarding a man now charged with murdering and dismembering a woman. This is after taking her to his West Houston apartment. Fox 26's Domly Keith joining us live with a warning for thousands of Houstonians. Domly.
Yeah, according to court records, Felicia Johnson and the man now charged with her murder, they agreed to meet up on Snapchat, and he was supposed to pay her $500. That's according to court records. Well, she hasn't been seen since, and tonight there is a warning for the thousands of Houstonians who work in the sex industry.
Anybody can become a victim of a villain.
That's the first point Precinct 1 Human Trafficking Victim Services Director Catherine Griffin wants to drive home. Let the murder of 24-year-old Felicia Johnson be a learning lesson, and don't think it can't happen to you.
It is so dangerous, and every media outlet should be screaming from the rooftops on how dangerous this is, and let stories like this be known.
Chukwuebuka Uwabido is now charged with murdering and dismembering Felicia Johnson after investigators say her blood was found in his apartment. Court documents show she was last seen April 16th leaving her hotel in an Uber paid for by Uwabido. On April 17th, investigators say he bought a handheld and a power saw, towels, and trash bags. And according to court records, even as Uwabido searched the internet for things like, can bleach destroy DNA, and the most forested part of Houston, he also Googled Houston escorts. And there are tens of thousands here.
I would estimate and say anywhere from 70 to 80,000 sex industry workers daily.
That's a lot, just in Houston, Harris County.
Yes.
Griffin wants sex workers to do a few things to stay safe, such as don't meet at a client's home, but most of all, she wants you to know help getting out of this industry is available.
It's very vitally important that individuals know to reach out to us so that we can help.
Now, Precinct 1 can help with everything from treatment to therapy to housing and finding a job. We have contact information for them on our website. Felicia Johnson's body, by the way, still hasn't been found, and her accused killer is still on the run. Reporting live near downtown Houston, I'm Domly Keith, Fox 26 News.
We will not rest until you have been arrested. We want the suspect to know that we're going to look for you night and day, brother, until you are arrested. We want the suspect to know that the no-snitch policy
But Felicia
will never
deserves
protect you in our
safety and
community.
protection, just like anyone else. The work someone does doesn't determine whether their life has value. Every person deserves basic human dignity and the right to live. If there's anything to take away from Felicia's story, it's this. Always share your location with someone you trust. Set up check-in times with family or friends. Keep people updated on your plans, especially when meeting someone new. And above all, trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, listen to that voice. These simple steps could mean the difference between life and death. What state or country are you watching from right now? Let us know in the comments. And if this story impacted you, please hit that like button and share this video. Awareness matters. Someone out there might have information about Nwobodo's location, and sharing this could help bring him to justice. If anyone watching has any information about the whereabouts of Chukwuebuka Nwobodo, please contact Houston Police immediately. This family has been waiting for justice for far too long. Felicia deserves better than this. Behind every true crime story is a real person, real families who wake up every day missing them, real lives that had meaning and purpose. By telling Felicia's story, we honor her memory and hopefully prevent this from happening to someone else. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on notifications so you never miss a case. And remember, stay safe, stay aware, and look out for one another. Felicia's story matters. Let's make sure she's not forgotten.